to come to 204, my random boxer career history, and it is Panama Joe Gans. And Panama Joe Gans held the World Coloured Middleweight Championship for 4 years, shortly before it was discontinued. And it was born Cyril Quinton Jr. on November the 14th, 1896 in Barbados, British West Indies. And Barbados Walcott was the first welterweight, black welterweight champion. Unfortunately, Panama Joe Gans only fought for the World Coloured Championship, which is, could be a lot harder sometimes. These titles, these avoided fighters had to fight for, and Panama Joe Gans was raised in the Panama Canal Zone, and he took his ring name, naming it after Joe Gans, the first lightweight black champion. Joe Gans, trained by he fought. I digress. And Panama Joe Gans found his great fame in fighting between sort of like welterweight and middleweight. He won the Panamanian lightweight title, 135-ish. It was 130 pounds. That's what he sort of weighed from to middleweight. So lightweight to middleweight, really. And Panama Joe Gans, born 14th of November 1896 at Barbados. He settled in New York in 1917. And 134 matches on this record, 90 wins, 43 inside the distance, 31 losses, 11 draws, 2 no contests. And he won the Panamanian Lightweight Championship and Middleweight Championships and the World Coloured Middleweight Championship. And I'm going to go more for his losses and a few of his names with wins. And Panama Joe Gans gets 2 wins and he gets a draw against Kid Bain. Then he loses to Terry Richards. Draws against Sam Rufus, 5th match, no contest against young Jack Johnson. Beats young Sam Langford. And he beats Sam Rufus. And he gets a load of wins from his 7th match all the way to he loses his 16th match against Kid Bain. And then he gets a load of wins from his 17th match to his 21st match, loses to Benny McGovern, and he gets another win, loses to Tommy Maiden, and loses to Walter Muir. Then he gets a load of wins, loses to George Ash, gets a win, 2 wins, loses to young Batlin Nelson, loses to Walter Moore again, loses to Fred Dyer, loses to George Robinson, beats Kid Green, gets a draw against Batlin L. Thomas, gets a win against Batlin L. Thomas, loses to Joe Rivers, then beats Joe Rivers, loses him twice actually, then beats him, gets a load of wins, beating Jamaica Kid, and from his 44th match, beating Jeff Swift along the way, all the way to 55th match, gets a no contest against Eddie Tremblay, gets a draw against Jamaica Kid, gets another 2 load of wins, all the way to his 72nd match, where he gets a draw with Jackie Clark. Gets a load of wins, beating Tiger Flowers along the way, losing to Mike McTeague in his 80th match. A man who fought Batlin Sickie on St Patrick's Day. And by sort of bombs going off outside the stadium. Civil War, and then he gets 2 wins after losing to Mike McTeague, losing to Jock Malone, gets a couple of wins, beating Tiger Flowers, gets a draw against Jamaica Kid, gets another load of wins, beating Jackie Blackburn, Joe Lewis's trainer, good boxer. He fought from featherweight to heavy, and good jab and good blocking system on the arms. And 99th match, he loses to Andy Palmer, gets a draw, gets a load of wins. 103rd match, gets a draw against Young Fisher, then loses to Young Fisher, gets a win, loses to Italian Joe Gans, then loses to Tiger Flowers, gets a loss against Lou Bogash, beats Italian Joe Gans, loses to Jock Malone, loses to Maury Schleifer, and gets a draw against Tilly Herman after a win, loses to Larry Estridge twice, coloured world champion. He fought for won the world coloured championship, Larry Estridge. And Panama Joe Gans loses to Alicio Quintana, gets a couple of wins, beating young Harry Wills, loses to Georgie Levine, loses against Harry Martone, loses against Esteban Gallard, gets a win, then draws against Willie Patomi, loses to Homer Robertson, loses to Vincent Forgoin, win, and then loses to Rafael Plata, gets a draw against Alejandro Villanueva, and loses to Francisco Sola. So yeah, going up and down the weights is a lot better than his records suggest. I've seen other records of him, I swear, but this one's 134 matches, 90 wins, 43 inside the distance, 31 losses, 11 draws, 2 no contests. Panama Joe Gans was born Cyril Quinton Jr. and he was born on November the 14th, 1896 at Barbados, settled in New York in 1917, and died at an unknown date on this one, 1896, 2 years before Orson Welles produced War of the Worlds. And that's the end of Panama Joe Gans. 204 random boxer career history. Bang.